Hello guys, welcome to St. Thomas School. Today we are going to study the lesson number 2, that is cascading style sheet and JavaScript. In this lesson we have to cover two things. The one, cascading style sheet, that is called the CSS, and the second, JavaScript. What is CSS? CSS helps to avoid duplication in coding. How? CSS is written once and used many times. So no need to write again and again. Once write, use many times. Use same contents with the different style for different purpose. The same content can be used for the different style just by making some little bit changes. And it's easy to maintenance. Why is it easy to maintenance? Because it is at one place. So directly go over there and make some changes. What is the syntax of CSS? So CSS has the three parts: selector, properties, and its value. Selector may be any tag, example h1, h2, head tag, any other body tag. The color, and green, it's a value of this color. How to create CSS? Assume that we want to design a website and the headings of on all the web pages should follow a particular style. For example, all the headings 1 inserted in the web pages should follow the style as given. Font Times New Roman. Case uppercase means the text will be appear in the capital letter only. Text should be appear in the center, that is called the alignment center. The background of the that text should be light blue, and the border around the text should be dotted. So let's see how to do this. Okay, so open this composer, close this, and look at this. Here there is an icon of CSS. Click over here. Then name of the page title. Suppose here I am giving demo of CSS. You can give as per your requirement. Click on OK. Then save this CSS. Click on the save. Now here we have to select the selector. The selector means where we have to apply. So look at this. We have to apply on the H1 tag. So click here and select the heading 1, and then click on the create a style rule. Now here we have to know what will be font. The font is Times New Roman. So click on the text and select the font. Click here and select the font Times New Roman. So this is Times New Roman. Then the case is uppercase. So select the case here, uppercase. You can select anyone, but here it is demanding to apply the uppercase. Alignment, the alignment is center. So click on the alignment and select the center. The border is given here dotted. So click on the border tab and select the border is dotted. Top border, if you want top, you can mention the width also. I don't want to mention the width. And then we have to mention yeah, if you want a background color, if you want to change the background color, so click on the background color and change, select the color. The color is light blue, so you can take light blue color. This is you can see this is light blue color. right, or any one color you can take, and here you can click on OK. Now if you want to change the transparency, you can change the transparency also. Opacity you can reduce or this. If you want to insert the image, so you can insert the image also just by clicking on choose file. You can insert the image. So here not going to insert the image, and click on the OK. Then how this will be appear? So when we select here this H1, and if I write something, you can see welcome to St. Thomas School, Surat. So wherever I use heading 1, I mean the H1, there the format I have applied will appear. If you want to see this, you can see here. Click on the cascade style sheet and click on this H1. You can see this we have applied. Click on the OK, and now close this. Save it. So background color is light blue, alignment is center alignment, case is uppercase. What are the advantages of CSS? Number 1, allows us to see the format of website without changing underlying structures. Why? Because it is placed at one place, so no need to go to the every places of the code. Just go to the one place where you have mentioned the CSS and you can make some changes. Second, easy to modify the design without fear of accidentally changing the data. Suppose there are changes at 100 times, so we have to go to the 100 places. If there is a changes to the 1000 time, I mean the 1000 places, so we have to go to the thousands different places, so there will be more complexity. But here the codes are written at one place, so go there and change it. So modifications are easy and there is no chance of accidentally removing some other data. It makes loading faster due to have less code. The codes are very less, so it will be faster when you run this web page in the web browser. Using the CSS makes website design quick and efficient. Using the CSS, we can make our the web page efficient, good look, attractive, and easier. What are the disadvantages of CSS? If we talk about the disadvantages of CSS, some of the style set features are not supported by old browsers, and the style not display as per the user design. That is the only drawback of CSS. What is JavaScript? Now we are moving to the last topic of this lesson, that is JavaScript. That is most important. This JavaScript is developed by the Netscape. JavaScript is a scripting language that allows you to add programming aspects to your web pages. It's a simple, lightweight programming language. It validates the form. It adds interactivity to HTML page. This is client-side scripting. Client-side scripting means there are two types of the concept, server side and client side. The client side, a person, those who are accessing the internet is known as a client. So this code is running to the client side, then the execution will be faster. There will be no workload on the server. So we will see how to use this. What does the form check using the JavaScript? What can you do using this JavaScript? It can check whether the user has entered the field value or not. If the field is empty, it will give a message. It also check user has entered the valid data or not. If the data is not appropriate as per the demand, then it will show the appropriate message. Third, has the user entered numeric in the text or text in the numeric? Sometimes we have to enter the only numeric value, or sometimes we have to enter the only textual value. For example, suppose you are going to enter your age, so there we have to insert the only number. Another example, suppose you are going to enter the mobile number, so there we have to give the numeric value, but by mistake someone has given the textual things, then it will be reminded by the JavaScript, and user will understand there we have to put the only numerical value. Has a user entered the valid date, it also checks the dates. For example, suppose it is mentioned that this is only for those who are adult. But if you are giving your age 13, then you are not supposed to enter because your age is less than 18. Check contents of two fields are same or not. Sometime what happen? uh, we need to check the both the fields. If the both the fields are same, then we are given permission. For example, when we give password, then retype the password. So both are going to be matched. If the both are unmatched, then the message will be given by this JavaScript. How to write JavaScript? The JavaScript codes can be put directly inside the HTML page as separate text section. JavaScript code is placed inside the following tags: a script opening and a script closing. So inside the opening and the closing a script tag, we have to place the JavaScript. Those who are the good programmer, they always put the JavaScript inside the opening and the closing head tag, and that is good programming technique, good programming style. So you will see that practically how this is going to be used and where it is going to be placed. Write a JavaScript program to display welcome to JavaScript message. So we will understand how to write JavaScript through this program. So let's get started. Okay, so this is Composer. Click on the source tab and place a cursor after the title closing. Means the JavaScript will be written under the opening and closing head tag. So here I will write a script and close the script tag. After closing this script tag, here we have to mention the code. What was the question? The question is write a JavaScript program to display the welcome to JavaScript message. So here we'll write document. This is the object dot write is the write is a method, and opening parenthesis. In your language, it is said a small bracket, then double quotation or inverted comma. You know that. Okay. Write the message welcome to Java script. So in the double quotation, whatever you are writing that will be displayed. And close this bracket and put semicolon. Don't forget to put semicolon. And click on the normal. Then click on the browse. It is asking save change to untitled, means it is asking what will be title's name. So here I want to give my Java script demo and click on OK. It's asking for the name of the JavaScript file, so I am giving my JavaScript demo. Click on the save. Wait a moment. Click on the launch application. You can see this is going to be open. So this is my the first JavaScript program. If you are making some changes, look at this. I want to make some changes. I want to write one more line here. So how will we write? Just copy paste and make some changes. Suppose I want to write here welcome to St. Thomas. So St. Thomas School, okay, Surat. Save it. Back to the normal first and click on the browse option. It will ask for saving. Yes, click on the save. Wait a moment. Click on the launch application. You can see the both the lines are coming together. So how to put separately? For that we have to use some tag. So here I want to use a BR tag. If I use here BR tag and BR will be used here, and let me save it. Click on the normal first and click on the save, then click on the browse. Wait a moment, click on the launch application. Yeah, you can see this is not coming. Why this is not coming? Let's check it. If I use here BR, let me put here BR and let me check. Save it and click on the browse option. Wait a moment, click on the launch application. Now you can see. So if you want to break a line, so we have to use the BR tag, and where the BR tag is used, you can see here. The BR tag will be used in the double quotation along with the message. This BR is not required, so remove it. Okay, so you can see. Write a JavaScript program to display today's date. Open the composer, close this, go to the source code just by clicking in the source tab, and write the script first in between the opening and closing head tag. A script close. Here you write document dot write opening parenthesis and write date function. Make sure that the first letter of date is capital, then opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis, and one, and put semicolon. Click on the normal, click on the browse option, click on the save, give a title, date demo, click on OK, give a file name, date demo I am giving, you can give as per your the convenient. Click on the save and click on the launch application. You will be see the today's date along with the time is going to be displayed. Write a JavaScript to take user input through input box and display it when user click on display button. Open the composer, click on the close. Here we need define so go to the form. First of all, you define the form. Write the name of the form, FRM, give action frm.html or as per the requirement. Click on the method, that is post. Click on the advanced edit and then click on the JavaScript event. Select the attribute on submit, and here we have to define the function. What is function? So function is a group of code graph. Okay, so first write return, return. This is the keyword that return the function. Return and then write the name of the function. Here my name of the function is display. So you can write any name which you feel that is suitable for your the program. Return display. So I was talking about the function. Function is a block of code or group of code which carries out some special task. Then click on the OK. Again OK. Now define a label to show some message right here. Enter your enter your name. Then I need one text box. So go to the form field, select the text, write down the field name, that is txt msc message, or here you give initial value. If you want some give initial value you can, otherwise none. This is optional. Then click on the OK. Now I need one button. So go to the form, then click on the form field, select the submit button, and then here you mention the field name. So bt field name is here, I want to give bt display. bt means it's indicating this is the name of the button, and field value that will be appear on the button. So here I want to give the display, or I want to give me hit me, right? So that will appear on the button. Click on the OK. Now we have to define the function. So go to the source, make a room in between opening and closing head, and here you write a script. As we know, script is used for creating the scripting language that is called the JavaScript. Then define function. So function, how to define function? We have to give the function keyword. Make sure that the function keyword is in the small letter only. Now write down the name of the function which you have already mentioned in the form. So here this is the name of the function, display. Make sure that the same way, the same name and same style should be of function here as you have been given in the form. So copy this, better for you copy and paste, then give curly bracket, then close the curly bracket. Now we have to get the value from the text box. So we have to take variable. Var is the keyword which is used to declare variable, and take any variable. Suppose here I am taking n, equal sign, then document. As we know, document is a object. Then form name. What is form name? So you can see the form name is frm. So write frm dot name of the text box. The name of the text box is, you can see here, txt msc. Copy and paste. That is the best way because there is no chance of the spelling mistake. Then dot value. Value is the property of text box, that will get the value. Then at the last put the semicolon. Now we have taken the value. Now we want to display this value when we click on the button. So we have used alert library function. Alert is a library function which display the message and pass the value in. Then semicolon. Here you can see the n is a variable which is getting the value from the text box and storing inside n, and n is going to print in the alert. So click on the normal, then click on the save button. Yeah, give a title. Yeah, I can give here Java script text box demo, or you can give as per your convenient. Okay, then give a file name, same I want to. Then click on the browse option. Wait a moment, click on the launch application. Then here we have to pass some message. Suppose I want to pass my name Dhananjay, and click on the hit me. Now you can see the message is going to display on this small window. Click on the OK. This will come. Why this is coming? Because it is going to send this information to the frm.html. And as we have already seen, we are not publishing this on the server and there is no frm.html is accepting the value, that's why it is coming. So this is not the error, so don't worry. Okay, suppose you want to display message which you have entered to the text box and some additional message, like when I give my name to this box, then it show the message welcome to Dhananjay when I click on the hit me button. Let's see how to do this. So come to the source, and this alert you can add some additional message. How to add? Right here the message in double quotation, welcome to Mr., and put here double quotation and then put plus. Plus means this is the concatenation, means joining both welcome to Mr. and what we are getting through the text box inside the end, that will be joined. Let's see that whether it is going to appear or not. So click on the normal, then click on the browse option. It will ask for saving. Yes, I want to save. Then launch application and give a message here, Dhananjay. Then click on the hit me. You can see welcome to Mr. Dhananjay. Basically we are passing Dhananjay here, but the message is going to be so welcome to Mr. Dhananjay. So you can do like that. Here we are understanding some keywords. The first keyword is function. So function is a keyword. Keywords are the reserved word which is already mentioned by the JavaScript developer. It can't be altered and it will be written same as it is given here. Where is a keyword which is used to declare variable. If, which you know from the 10th standard, if is the keyword which is used to check condition. Alert is a inbuilt function, or we can say library function, which shows the message or which is used to display the message. Null means is empty or has no value in JavaScript. Now the most important topic in this lesson is how to validate a form. So let's see how to validate the form. We have already created the form in the first lesson first, so we will open that and there we have to validate. We will see one by one. First we will validate the text box, then radio button, then checkbox, then drop down list, text area. So one by one we will learn. Open the form, registration form, which we have already created in the first lesson. If you have a no, so you have to create first, then you have to follow this steps which is used to validate. So first we are going to validate the first name, then we will validate the middle name, last name, then gender, then hobby, address, city, and so on. Click inside it and then click on the form, click on the advanced edit, go to JavaScript event, select the attribute on submit. Here you mention the name of the function, return, and name of the function is validate, opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis, and click on OK. Again click on OK. Click on the source. Find out where is opening and closing head tag. There you have to mention the script. So write a script. Close the script also. That is a good programming style. Inside it, first you mention the function. So write here function keyword and name of the function which we have already written, that is validate. So better for you, copy and paste. put the curly bracket, that is opening curly bracket first, then at last there will be closing curly bracket. So take a value from the first name inside the x. So mention here var x is equal to document dot name of the form is here, you can see my frm. So my frm, the name of the first name text box is this, is you can see txtfn. So copy and paste and dot value. So here we have it taken the first name inside the x. It means whatever the user is inserting to the first name text box, that will be saved to the x. Now we have to check whether the user has inserted the value to the text box or not. If user has not inserted, then show the message please insert the value to the first name or insert the first name. So we have to use the if statement. This is used to check the condition. If x twice equal, that is for the equality, null. Again check using if x is equal to empty. So how will we mention this? Put the or operator. The or operator is just above the enter keys. X is equal to double quotations without putting inside it, then curly bracket of if started, then the curly bracket of the if will be closed here. If user has not inserted anything, then show the message. So use here alert. So the message input your first name, that is a message when the user is not inserting anything and pressing on submit button. Then we need to pass the control to the this text box. So we have to mention one more code, that is document dot name of the form, that is my frm dot name of the text box of, so text box name is txtfn, where we have to pass the cursor in the first name of the text box. So the name is text txtfn, and which for passing what will be used. So we have to use the focus method. Focus and return the false. Now save it, click on the browse option, then click on the launch application, then click on the submit. Now you can see here I have not inserted first name, the message is coming input your first name. And if I click on the OK, then you can see the cursor is jumping to this text box. That's why I have used the focus method. If I don't use the focus method, then cursor will not jump to the text boxes. Let me write name and let me check. I'm giving the first name is here Amit, and let me click on the submit button. Now you can see the message is not coming. But this is not an error, so don't worry. This is coming, why? Because after clicking on the submit button, it is trying to fetch my frm.html. That file is not there, that is coming. So don't worry, this is not an error. Now we will validate the middle name. So click on the source. We have already mentioned the function for first name, so no need to mention the function. Just we have to write some code. What we have to write some code? Let me show you. Where y is equal to document dot my frm dot txt and name of the middle name text box. So let me find what is the name of the middle box text box. It's you can see here the text txt capital M and capital N. So mention over here, and we have to take the value. Then we have to write again this code. So let me copy and let me paste, and then I will make some changes. You can also do copied and paste. Instead of x, what will come? Y will come, because y is storing the value of middle name. And instead of input your first name, what will come here? Middle name. So that is common sense, you can use it. And instead of this text fn, what will be there? Here will be text txt capital M capital N. Then now let me save and let me check whether it is working or not. So save it and click on the browse option. Wait a moment, click on the launch application. Now here I am not inserting any value to the first name and the middle name. Let me click on the submit button. So it is asking input your first name. So let me give the first name Amit. Now click to the submit button. Now you can see it is asking input your middle name. Means this box is also validating. Give the middle name like Kumar and click on the submit. Now it will not ask. That is not error, which we have already seen. Now we will validate the last name. Similarly, you can validate, but I will show you how to validate. Again, mention one more variable which will store the value of last name. So mention here var z is equal to document dot myfrm dot name of the last text box name. So let's see what is that. So go there and check it. Yeah, you can see the name of the last text box is txt capital L and capital N. So txtln. So go there and paste. All right, txtln, and we have to take the value taken. Now we have to write this code. So better for you copy and paste and make some changes. I'm pasting it. Pasted. Instead of, let me copy first. Okay, instead of y, what will come? Here will be z, because inside the z we are storing the last name. So put here z. Instead of middle name, what will be here? Message last name. And here what will be there? Instead of this txtmn, here will be txtln. These are the changes. And save it. And click on the browse option and let me check. Click submit button. Yeah, it is asking for first name. Let me give the first name Amit. Let me click asking for the middle name. Give middle name Kumar. Click on the submit button. Asking for the last name Singh. Click on the submit. So here we understood how to validate the text boxes. First we validated first name, middle name, last name. After validating the text boxes, we will validate radio button. So here we have a two radio button, one for the female, another for male. So go to the source and add the code for validating the radio button. We have already validated the text boxes. In this function we have to add some code. Right here, if document dot name of the form myfrm dot name of the radio button, that is RDGEN. You can see the group name of this radio button is same. I want to show you so that you will understand. Yeah, this is the name of radio button. You can see RDGEN. So here two radio buttons, and how will we differentiate which is going to be called? So we have to use the index value. Index value is given 0 for first 0 in the small square bracket dot. We have to check it whether the user has selected or not. If the user is selected, so it will be true. If user is not selected, it will be false. So we have to check is equal to false. This is for the first radio button. Now we have to check the second radio button. So again we have to write, after using the AND operator, document dot myfrm dot RDGEN 1, then check the checked is equal to false. Start the curly bracket, give here message alert, select your gender, male or female. This will appear when the user is not selecting. Mention another document dot myfrm dot mention here document dot myfrm dot RDGEN, so that when the user is not selecting and clicking on the submit button, then cursor will jump to the radio button. 0 dot focus. Close the curly bracket, save it, and click on the browse option. Wait a moment, click on the launch application. Okay, let me check it. Submit. Yeah, errors are there. What is the errors? Let me check it. Go to the source and find out the errors. What errors are there? You can see here document myfrm, that is also correct. Yeah, checked. This is also correct. Okay, my document. Yeah, here the curly bracket is the sorry small bracket is missing. So give here and now save it and browse it. Click on the launch application and let me check whether it is working or not. Submit. Yeah, it is working. Good, very good. Provide the name Dhananjay. Submit. Provide the middle name, that is Kumar. Click on the submit. Provide the last name Singh and let me click on the submit. Yeah, you can see here it is asking for gender. So if I okay, now we are going to validate this checkbox. So here there are three checkboxes: reading, dancing, singing. Make sure that the name of all three boxes are same. So let's check it first whether the names are same or not. If you have given a different name, so make it same. How? Let me see. You can see the name of the checkboxes for all three are same. Hobby for reading also hobby. You can see here. You can see for reading also hobby, and for dancing also hobby, for singing also hobby. So this thing you have to do. I repeat, make sure that the name of checkboxes of all are same. Here I am giving hobby, so you also give hobby or any other, but that should be same. Now we are going to add the validating code for checkboxes. So in the same function we have to add right here if document dot, give one more small bracket here, document name of the form myfrm dot name of the red checkbox. The name of the checkbox is hobby, and the name of the checkbox of all are same. So how to differentiate? We have to call by index value. Index value start from 0. So give 0 in a square bracket. 0 means for first, 1 means for second, 2 means for the third. Dot checked. We have to check the whether user have selected or not. If user has selected, so that will be considered as true. If the user has not selected, that is considered as false. So check is equal to false. Close this. This is for the first checkbox. Now again write for the second checkbox. So use the AND operator and just copy and paste and change the index value. Here you give 1 and this is for the second. Again we have to validate for third. So just copy and paste and make some changes. You can see here what will be here. Here will be 2 for third. Now okay, give a start a curly bracket for if and close the curly bracket. Here you mention the code alert, select your hobby, and if user has not selected and clicked on submit button, then we need to pass the cursor in that checkboxes. So we have to give here one more code, that is document dot myfrm dot name of the radio button, that is hobby 0 dot focus. Let me save and let me check it. Save it first and click on the browse option and then click on the launch application. Let me click on the submit. Yeah, you can see this is working. So provide the first name Dhananjay, yes. Then provide the middle name Kumar. Then provide the last name, that is Singh, and select the gender, that is male. Now here I am going to uncheck because this is initial checked, and let me click on the submit. You can see it is asking for first one. So let me select this. Okay, go back, refresh it. You can go back and select the gender, that is female, sorry, male, and select here reading and click on the submit. Now it is not asking. After validating text boxes, radio button, check boxes, we are going to validate this address box. So address box is same as text boxes. Go to the source, then add the code. First of all, you have to declare one more variable here, which will be store the address. So var ad is equal to document dot myfrm dot. Let me see what is the name of this address box. The name of the address box is, you can see, this is address. So better for you copy this and paste. Copied and back to this place and paste it. And dot value. So we have taken the value of address inside the AD. Now we have to add code, that is if block, if AD is equal to, twice equal will be there, null, or operator AD is equal to double quotation, that will be empty, curly bracket start, curly bracket close, alert, insert your address. That is a message will pop up when the user is not inserting the address and clicking on the submit button. Then document dot myfrm dot address dot focus, then return false. Save it and click on the browse. Wait a moment, click on the launch application and let me check. Yeah, it is working. Nice. Give first name Amit, second name Kumar, third name Singh, and gender select here male. Hobby reading, dancing, singing, all. I'm not giving the address so that I can check whether I have validated the address or not. Click on the submit. Yeah, it is very good. It is asking insert your address. If I click on the OK, then you can see the cursor is jumping over here. That is the benefit of using the focus method. Last, we are going to validate this drop down list. So how to validate? Go to the source, and here we need to mention the option value for each option. So here I want to give the value for select your city option is -1. You can give 1 to, as per unit you can give anyone, but here I am giving -1 because it is mentioned in the book, so it is easy to understand. But you can give any value. Value is equal to 1 for the Surat, value is equal to 2 for Patan, and value is equal to 3 for New Delhi, value is equal to 4 for Patna, and value is equal to 5 for Shivan. So this thing we have to mention because we have not mentioned these values in the form when we created the form in the first lesson. So first you mention this, then come to the JavaScript code. and here you add one more block of if document dot myfrm, that is the name of the form, dot the name of this drop down list. Let's see what is the name. The name is CT, and make sure that the letter of CT, especially C, should be capital. So copy this, go back and paste it. That is the name. Paste here. Dot value is equal to -1. Means first, actually the -1 is the value of select your city. So if select your city is showing, means what happened? The user had not selected any city. So we have to check. If user has not selected, means user has selected the first option. So show the message alert, select your city, document dot myfrm dot ct dot focus, return false. Now save it and click on the browse option. Now click on the launch application. Let's check that mistake is there or not. Yeah, mistake is not there. Click on the OK. Provide the first name. Suppose the first name is Radhika. Second name is Kumar. And third name is Syam. And click on the female. Select the hobby and give address New City Light Road, Besu, and click on the submit. You can see it is asking for selecting the city. If I click on the OK, then you can see this is going to jump here. The cursor is going to jump. That is the benefit of using the focus method. So here we understood how to validate the form. I hope you got it. Thank you. What is function? The function is a block of code that performs a particular task. A function is defined by a function keyword. The block of codes are written under curly bracket only. What is the syntax of function? So here we have to write this function keyword, then name of the function, then small bracket, that is called the opening and the closing parenthesis, curly bracket, then the codes which we are giving inside the function, that is called the body of the function, and close this curly bracket. Where is the function placed? It can be placed inside the body or head, but generally we place inside the head section. And functions are always written under the script, and scripts are placed inside the head. How the function is called? A function is called by its name. What is an event? What is an event? So JavaScript's interaction with the HTML is handled through the events that occurs when the user or browser manipulates a page. When the page loads, it's called an event. When the user clicks a button, that called also an event. When user does something, an event takes place. Means whatever you do, clicking on the button, cancelling the buttons, loading the form, these all are the events. What is variables? The variable is a container for storing the data. It is declared using the var keyword. It is case sensitive in JavaScript. What is focus method? It is used to apply focus on a particular element of the form. For example, when user does not give any value to the name of after submit, cursor will pass to the name filled by focus method. We have already seen, suppose you are not inserting the value to the any field and clicking on the submit button, then what will happen? This focus method will pass the cursor to that particular text box or the element where you have not inserted the value. So that is the use of focus method. What is nan function? It is numeric inbuilt function. Nan stands for not a number. It determines whether the value is not a number. It returns true if the value is not a number, otherwise returns false.